can you describe for me the events that occurred the evening of the tornadoes?
Sure. I probably will never forget them.
This morning, we now know at least 7 tornadoes ripped through Indiana in that severe storm. One of those, an EF2, devastating parts of Johnson County, including Whiteland. Matthew Foltz was in Whiteland yesterday morning. He is returning.
On March 31st, 2023, Whiteland, Indiana was hit by an EF2 tornado that severely damaged homes and disrupted the lives of many. Among these was the neighborhood of Park Forest, located just over a mile east of Whiteland Community High School. Park Forest received severe damages, the tornado originating just outside the neighborhood in an open field, with several houses on Park Forest Drive North being entirely leveled. Completely unexpected, Park Forest was without power and on boil order. People were suddenly scrambling to gather their belongings and relocate to safer grounds.
Whiteland.
Well, my name's Dan Scales. My wife is Debbie, retired, thankfully, and retired pharmacist. So I like working in the yard, which the tornado gave me lots of work to do, and I'm a woodworker.
Dan and Debbie Scales, who had lived in their home 14 years before the tornado hit, had their house ravaged. Suddenly, his door burst open and chaos ensued. Struggling to find a safe place to stay, Dan and Debbie retreated to one of the bedrooms, not yet noticing their own bedroom's complete and utter destruction and the absence of their garage.
And immediately the windows exploded like a bomb went off in the front yard. And of course, electricity went out. I was in the dark, so I couldn't see everything, but I knew there was debris everywhere. So I tried to go to the closet and see how Debbie was. Actually, Indianapolis News, Weather News, she was sitting in a chair that got clobbered, and her phone exploded and said, "Whiteland, take cover now." And she barely made it to the closet from just 12 feet away.
What got destroyed by the tornadoes that evening was a lot more than just a house. It was the home that housed their son's wedding, countless memories of family gatherings and holidays, and just about every event Dan and Debbie had been a part of. Located just a couple streets down are John and Lori Fox, parents of 4 Whiteland students and alumni, 2 of whom are still in high school. All the Foxes, except one of their college-age students, were out of town in Tennessee during that night's events. While they didn't directly experience the tornado, they came home to wreckage and chaos that toppled trees and caved in the pool in their backyard.
We were out of town when the tornado hit, and we had a friend. Jacob was the only one here.
Jacob was here.
And we had a friend call us. We were on vacation, and he was like, "Are you guys okay?" And we're like, "What do you mean?" And he said that there were people trapped in their homes, and we had no idea if Jacob was okay. So we called, and he didn't even know a tornado had hit. He slept through the whole thing.
Amidst the chaos, the community of Park Forest refused to fall. People all over the neighborhood were cleaning up, sharing all their resources with those in need. Yards were swarmed with people of all ages, from grown men carrying tree trunks to small children picking up sticks and rocks. Everybody, from young to old, was lending a helping hand.
Coming home, we didn't know what we were coming into. And it was hard to even get home because there was so much debris everywhere. We had to take different routes and things like that to even get in the neighborhood. And just driving in, I just was bawling. I was like, it looks so different.
And as we look at the damage, you were telling me one house was completely ripped from its foundation. Yesterday, we also saw a community effort of all types of people coming out here with the cleanup process.
While the extent of the damages was very different between the Fox and Scales families, they both had one thing in common: the mass support they received from people all over the community.
I mean, Saturday morning, daylight, I had trees across the drive. Neighbors sawed them up, moved them off. There were dumpsters that appeared.
I'm wanting to say we got home at like 3 in the afternoon, and by then, like, trees were already piled up along the streets. Like, people had already pulled the trees and cut them down. And
However, it wasn't just the Park Forest residents that were helping out. It was also the surrounding community of Whiteland and even individuals in Greenwood who stepped up to help their neighbors. The Johnson County Senior Services and Chick-fil-A Greenwood provided food and clothes to those in need in Park Forest.
The tornado was traumatic, but the outpouring of help it overcame that. You were grateful more than you were sad, It was tremendous.
Despite the traumatic event, Park Forest has grown. Both together as a community and as individuals, the people of Park Forest have grown and become a tighter-knit community. While the wound the tornado left is still not fully healed, the scar it leaves can be best seen not as a reminder of the tragic events that happened, but a symbol of how the people of Park Forest banded together during times of need. Reporting from Whiteland, Indiana, I'm Evan Farris.